What up, guys? Military Armor Chronicles TV section. Getting right into it. Fire Force Season 3, Episode 18. Oh my god. Wow. I'm just gonna start with caught on because our man has a whole ass shotgun blast to the side of his ribs and is still holding down the fort. He's still holding the door while Hinwa is literally obliterating this man with blasts that should kill any regular person. I told you guys a few episodes ago, I feel like Charon's ability is absorption, honestly, and redistribution is what it looks like it clearly is. Holy shit, he's taking blasts that are like A-bombs to your chest, and he is taking them in stride. I get his reasoning. I don't give a shit about evil in any anime. There's no logic to wanting our world to turn into a sun where everybody burns to a crisp. You're not going to be alive. No one's going to be alive. How May's not going to be alive. The one girl you want to protect, we keep seeing his face in the intro where he's holding her shoulder and like comforting her for a second, trying to help her out through the pain, and she's almost smacking his hand away to say, "Get away from me." But I know she cares about him like a father figure because he's always had her back. That being said, it feels like the ending for Karan is sooner than later. His body's gonna reach a limit, and I think Hinwa's gonna keep shooting this motherfucker, bro. Gonna keep firing until he can't. Makima talking about how she literally made it to where his cartridges or his holders for the bullets are a lot stronger, so he can fire off super strong shots without popping it. Like I brought up against Arrow, of like in last season, where he was able to shoot a really great shot, but he obliterated the fucking whole ass mag that moment. Just kind of showing how OP he is. Had a rageful moment with Vulcan and Lisa and you in the tunnel. I knew that Arthur would get separated because we're going to see him and Draken's fight for sure. Giovanni pisses me off more than anything. It's more funny to me because my son's name's Giovanni, so saying Giovanni in a derogatory way is really weird. But this motherfucker's made me irritated since season 2, finding out about him. I did not like him at the end of season 1. We found out about him truly, knowing that he was a goddamn snake. Literally a fucking bug this whole fucking time, you pussy ass motherfucker. The first shot they got to really like hit him, it's more you thanking him for shooting him in the heart and him really understanding the beauty of life. That's so cute. That's so cute. And then Vulcan knowing how to disrupt the bugs by a frequency and everything, but Giovanni's saying that didn't change anything. I'm not scared of that. I already have contingencies and I'm never going to give up. I'm not going to just have one shot in the dark. I'm going to make sure the whole thing collapses as I say so. So, more disappointed at the end of the episode. I got hype as hell when they finally disrupted his signaling for all of the bugs, where he was able to step on him for a second. But you heard Giovanni laugh when he said "dusk it" and he steps on him. Vulcan does. You heard him laugh, and it almost immediately let me know it's not completely over. This motherfucker's been a pest, literally and figuratively, this whole time he's been in Vulcan's life, controlling Lisa, whatever the fuck he has over this woman. Still, whenever he says "Fila," she like stops in her tracks. She's like, "Oh shit," but she's actually fought back a lot harder in this season and in this anime now, where she really does believe in Vulcan and his capabilities and everything. And now the question begs, what's gonna happen with you? They found a way to get all of the infernals away, all of the bugs away, and yet somehow Giovanni is able to sneak into you, which is just fucking insanity. I don't know how he's able to do that. I don't know how he's able to control this conversation without them having to basically take out you or find a way to get the infernal out of his body. But I feel like once you become an infernal, you can't go back. He's not completely in flames, but how does you come back from that is my biggest question. More than anything, when you see him going in with the key to start the Great Cataclysm, I understand what's going to happen next episode. He very well may turn it and actually start it, or it may be you really loving the life that he was given, how appreciative he is, because Vulcan having this whole backstory about you and why he valued him so much. I think they're not going to just clip him off like that to start the next episode. I don't think they're going to find a way to just say, well, forget you altogether. We're just going to go ahead and eviscerate him, eliminate him. I don't think that's the point. I think it's going to be, the next episode's name is Those Who Fight Back. I think 100% it's going to be him going to control it and say, what the hell, and you stopping him and pulling back a little bit because he still wants to live. And I 100% see Giovanni struggling to finish his mission and really, no, why is this happening kind of shit, and hoping it goes that way because this man is fucking evil. The thing I hate the most in anime is evil incarnate that has no fucking reason but just to be evil. Vulcan's family did not want a woman to be taken and used for a power source for the world and yet somehow Giovanni talks like his family was thinking about Vulcan's family as being foolish and stupid, and you got in the way of the great cataclysm and the things that were going to happen regardless. No, the fuck we didn't. You're trying to mass murder the whole goddamn world. I didn't get in the way of anything that was good. I got in the way of something that was fucking terrible, and you killed my grandpa and my dad, turned them into infernals, and you want to tell me that it's because I didn't follow the rules. I didn't follow the laws of wanting this world to turn into a second sun. What the fuck are we on, bro? Anybody who loves their life, who loves people they have, should really say to themselves, why do I want to be turned into ash? Why do I want to be eviscerated into a scorching sun? How does that feel like a life that's meant to live? It's not. It does not have logic in your head when you watch Fire Force. You get irritated like I do when you hear evangelist ideals. You guys are fucking stupid. Return to the Great Flame? It's hearing Rekka in my brain all the way back from season 1, episode 9, when he's fighting Shinra the first time. Latom! And he's in there, as crazy as he can, because he's literally like, nobody understands, you don't need to understand. We're going back to the Great Fire like we're supposed to be, going back and returning to where we should be, blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Y'all are crazy, irrational, and ridiculous. There is no way this shit made sense when y'all learned about it. Just because y'all got abilities, pyrokinesis, all those things are cool, ain't no fucking way this was logically the way to go about life. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I hate it. Thank you so much for Leech being outside and telling Vulcan like alternatives to being able to save you, and telling about the honey dance and everything to get Giovanni discombobulated for a second. I get all those things. Shout outs to Lisa. She's OP as hell. She's really stepped up her game. I knew she was already strong, but really her power is being used for good. Makes it so much cooler to watch her kind of be OP. Again, though, I just don't know. He doesn't have any abilities. He's just a regular kid. His parents died in a fire, and he's just been by himself. He's a part of the family. They love him so much, and they still brought him, though. He's a carrier. He's got a bag. And I told you guys, I knew that it was going to be Vulcan and Lisa running into Giovanni. I knew it would. It has to be. It has to be us closing out a lot of loops, closing a lot of arcs that we already have in the anime before we get to the final story, which is Shinra and stopping the Great Cataclysm. I just really felt like in this episode, I wanted to just be so proud of the wins, but man, the evangelists are looking at them and saying, so you understand now, it's not us who are wasting time. It's not us who are short on time. It's you guys who we've been basically sent to just kind of keep at bay. You guys think you're doing it for us to stop us, but actually we've been really sent here to stop you. And that's the big thing. I think that we're going to see Vulcan and Lisa overcome the Giovanni conversation, but then we're going to see Arthur and Draken have to fight to stop the commencement of the Great Cataclysm. I feel like it's going to be Arthur having to fight Draken to prevent him from turning the key or doing something, because after Vulcan and Lisa do all this, they're going to get indisposed in some way. And I do see myself thinking that Arthur's going to walk in and save the day, because this is the classic template of Fire Force. If you've watched it like I've watched it, you know it's going to go episode by episode, but they kind of phase into the main arc before at the end, after they get through all the smaller arcs. And we already got Charon and Ogun. We already got Vulcan, Lisa, you, and Giovanni. And now I think it needs to be Draken and Arthur, because those are fights that we've seen already through the anime that didn't end the way they wanted them to, that kind of left a note unturned and like kind of unchanged. So we want to see how they actually unfold, and I think that in order to get to that final step, it has to be that, and then it's going to go to Shinra and Sho and all of them. And so we're going to see. And also a mindfuck is on Crunchyroll, the picture shows Sho crying like the intro does, and it doesn't show any teasers of the actual episode, so you didn't have a semblance of what you might be walking into, which I thought was really fucking weird, but whatever. Kind of keeping us confused, I guess, for some reason. But no, episode really, I'm happy that Vulcan has figured out how to stop Giovanni, but I'm disappointed that it took him so long to get this man away from the conversation before he made an even worse conversation for you, for Vulcan's heart, which is you becoming an infernal and Vulcan being in control of you. So having to take out somebody who you loved so much by having to kill somebody who you despise with all your heart is just such a contradiction and such a conflict that makes my heart so sad for Vulcan and what might happen next episode. Hoping for the best, but Jesus, we don't know until we know. And wow, we're getting to the end, episode 18, so I really think we are not that far off from the ending of this anime. I hope we get to 24 episodes, guys, but I just don't know that they're going to give us 6 more episodes. 6 more episodes. I just don't know. I want to believe they will, but man, we've been blessed with really good anime, with really good episodes just to start this season 3, and shit. I don't know what to expect. Anticipate Arthur having an OP moment next episode. I anticipate Hinwa breaking through Karan and getting in there to help out. And yeah, I don't want to see Karan die. Unfortunately, I feel like he has to in order to be one of their biggest stopgaps. Like, solved, they have to find a way to kill him, or at least incapacitate him to where he can't move, because Karan is a problem and he has been a problem. So we're gonna see how they break through next episode. We're gonna see if the key gets turned. I don't think it will. I think you will stop it last minute, but I don't know anything yet until I know. I don't read manga, so we'll see. But alright, guys, this is Midwest Brown Boy Chronicles. I'm your Midwest Brown Boy, Jalen Brownford. Thank you so much for watching any of my videos, coming back and hearing me talk some more. Like and subscribe. I love doing this. Music, movies, TV shows, sports, so on and so forth. You will hear me as I choose, and I will be back more and more. So thank you again, guys. You guys have a good week. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace and love always.